Hey guys, we're getting ready to go fishing here, and you can see the back trunk is a mess. The rods are all on the floor. There's really not enough room for everything, and you know, if you guys go fishing like me, you know this is a pain, especially if you're taking somebody else. There's another 3 rods in here, or maybe more, and I'm going to show you guys what I did to fix this for as little as $50 or maybe a little bit more. Stay tuned. So every time I go fishing, I want to make sure that my backspace is as organized as possible. I don't really want to destroy all my expensive fishing gear. I hate it when it's on the ground and stuff's piling on top. And then when you get home and you take everything out, all the lines are tangled with each other. It's just a hot mess. So I'm going to show you guys how you can build a rod holder for as little as $50. This is just a shower curtain rod. You need 2 of these. And depending on what vehicle you have, you want to buy the one that is adjustable to those widths. In this case, this one's about 55 in the back, or maybe 50 in the back, and in the front it's about 44 inches. So I got one that was 36 to 54, I believe. And they come in all different sizes. I'll leave a link down in the description. And then to hang them up, you need 2 sets of these. These are just damage-free hanging. They're 3 pounds a piece, and you can just get 2 sets of these. You'll need 4 total. And then all you need to do is just stick them on the window here, on the side, and over there as well. I'll show you in a second. Normally the shower curtain rods come with an end. It's friction fit basically. You can unscrew it off, so that way you have a clean little hole like this. There's a little hole at the end here. Probably can't see that well. And then once you take those off, then you can stick it into here. Now these are actually a little bit angled, so you'll have to straighten it out a little bit. You can use a pair of pliers or a vise or anything like that. And then once you bend this straight, you can put this in here and basically have both sides holding it up. So let me show you guys how to bend this thing straight. So just get 2 pliers or whatever you got, and then just bend it like this. It doesn't take that much to bend. There you go. Alright, we're in the rear of the truck here, and you can see this is the window, and all I did was, like I mentioned earlier, just bent that straight, and you can see I just stuck it on here, and you can easily take this off if you want. It doesn't really get in the way, so I just leave it in here. And then you can see on the other side, did the same thing. And then let me show you the front. This is the front here, and I just stuck it to this pillar here, and you can see I put it up as high as possible. I obviously don't have enough plastic anymore. And then over here on this side, same thing. And then all you need to do now is put the shower curtain rod in. All right, hopefully you guys can see, but all you need to do is just stick one side in to the other side. And then on this side, you can see here it's a little short. Just adjust it by twisting it. And you can twist it on there, but I noticed that it's not as strong when you do that. It works just fine, but what you can do is you can twist it past. You can twist it past it a little bit, and since there's a spring in here, you can push this forward or towards the other direction, and then let it, pressure fit onto there. And you can see this thing is pretty solid now. So you can see here, it is on there. Pretty good. Let me show you guys the front. The front one's a little bit different. Alright, so this here is the front one, and the only difference with this is it's exactly the same thing inside, but there's this pull noodle that I put on it. And you can see here in the pull noodle I cut some slits, and you can cut as many as you like, but that's actually where the other end of the rod rests in. So you stick it in here so that way it doesn't move around. So let me put this in and I'll show you guys what the rods look like in the vehicle. So just like before, stick one side in. It's probably gonna be hard to do this with one hand, but we'll see how it goes. And then on this side, you can see it's a little short, so adjust it. And you can do it past it a little bit, or as much as you like. So you can see now it's already in on that side, and then on this side, it won't fit, but you can push it with the spring inside. And again, it's hard to do with one hand, but there you go. You can see it's snug. So you can see now it's fully assembled. and you want the slits on top, and I'll show you how the rods go in. Alright, hopefully you can see, but all you need to do is take one of your rods and stick it in, and the other end goes on top of the other bar over there, and then you go all the way in, and sometimes you might have to go sideways, but these rods are only 6'6", so you can stick it all the way in and then stick it back and put it on top. And then how I keep it from sliding back and forth is actually a free mod. These are my wife's hair bands that she leaves on the ground everywhere because she forgets about them or they fall off. And I take one of these, I put it on here, and then lift up the rod, put it behind, and then take it and loop it around and put it on top. Let me show you guys that a little bit closer. Alright, here's a closer look at how the back is held in place. So you can see here, I got the hairband, put it over here, lift it up, take it to the back, and then pull it over, and you can see it just makes a U. And this will make it so it doesn't slide back and forth, and it holds it pretty secure, and it's free, so I kind of like that. And let me show you guys the front now. So here is the front, and remember those slits? Well, you can just stick it in here and just jam it in there like that, and trust me, this thing won't come out. I've driven off-road with this thing as well. It flexes a little bit here, but it's not too bad. And then back there you can see, I mean, if you got a lot of, you know, these little swivels on here, it's gonna make a whole bunch of noise. That's one con, but it's actually not bad. Let me go ahead and put all the other rods up so you can see how it looks like with everything on top. Alright, you can see here I got 3 rods in here. This one's a 6'6", this one's a 6'6", this one's actually a 7'6", and it's quite long, and you'll see it goes all the way to the front. And you can see now everything is out of the way, and you know, you can adjust these if you want. I like to put it over here where the cooler is because, you know, you can't really use this space anyways. And then I'll adjust the fronts in a second. But you can see now it frees up all this space. And also the nice part about this is you can see here in the back seat, someone can actually sit here in the middle now. And maybe someone shorter, maybe a child or something like my son, and it actually won't get in the way. Now you don't want anything sharp up here because they might grab it, but you can see it's still usable. Alright, I've moved everything on the passenger side so you can see, going all the way back. And let me show you what it looks like up here. So you can see here, the 6'6" rods don't hit the visor. The 7'6" one kind of hits it, so you can't really use it. I guess you can slide it back a little bit, but yeah. Let me show you guys with it fully loaded. I think I could fit maybe 3 or 4 more rods in here. Yeah, I've got 4 more slits. So let me put 4 more in here and show you. You can put a whole bunch of things in here. Alright, so I've got me a 6'6". This is one of my expensive rods. This is a G Loomis. Try to keep that one off the ground. This one's another 6'6", same thing. It's another G Loomis. Now it says it's only supposed to support 3 pounds each side, but I found it will hold whatever I throw at it. And this one here is a Mojo Bass 7'6" by St. Croix. So this one won't go in, as you can see. So what I do is I put it to the side, that way it clears, and then I turn it around. There we go. Alright. Got one more hairband here. I need to go find some more. Won't be very hard. And you actually can put it in those pull noodle creases from back here. You just gotta wiggle it back and forth and it'll go in. You can easily take it out too. Just wiggle it, pull it down, and it easily comes out. I normally only carry about 3 rods max with me whenever I go fishing. Try not to take the whole house with me when I go. Let me see if I can find another rod. Alright, I got me another Mojo Bass St. Croix 6'6". You can see the 6.6 fit really nicely in here. All right, I'm gonna go find some more hair bands. All right, I found a bunch more hair bands in my wife's drawer. I'm pretty sure she won't miss them. So you can see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rods in here. My goodness, that is a ridiculous amount. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go for a ride and show you guys that this rod holder will not fall. Maybe if I can find some dirt or some off-road. Alright, let's get out of here. Hopefully you guys can see some stuff back there. If not, I apologize. See there, even sharp turns left or right. Doesn't really bother those rods very much. Alright, so here I'm heading into the dirt road, and I have to slow down to get into that road. And you can see it's a little bit bumpy, but overall not too bad. The reels rock side to side, but nothing too crazy. You can actually see the rods actually don't move at all thanks to the hair bands. This road isn't that bumpy. It is just a dirt road to a farm. You can see here I'm coming out and making a sharp left onto the road. You can see it wobbles a little bit, but nothing too bad. And then here I'm going off-road again into the dirt. I thought it'd be a little bit bumpy, which it was kind of, and no problems at all. Alright, as you can see, everything was pretty smooth, no problems at all. Now, one thing I do want to mention is there are a couple cons with this system. One is the noise, obviously. You know, the metal vibrating. I don't know, it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I'm going fishing, I don't really care. But one other con that's more annoying is if you have a rod that's like 5 foot, it actually doesn't reach the other side, and so you can't really use the rod holder. So depending on where you put those bars, you may not be able to use smaller rods like this one, and you may not be able to use this little tiny, you know, children's rod either. So these end up just going in the back like they normally do, which is kind of a bummer. Alright, here's one more potential problem that you might encounter, and that is if your seat is too far back and you're too tall, you might actually hit this. You can see here. And so that's something to be mindful of. I'm 5'10", you can see that's where I put my seat normally, and I barely clear it. But it hasn't been a problem for me. I know my tall friends, when they come with me and they sit in the passenger side, they always hit this, so they gotta move the seat forward a little bit. Now I do want to point out one last thing about this, and that is it's really easy to take it apart. My kids like to play in the back here, and this rod gets in the way every time, but you can just take it out and just stick it to the side here. And if you're not going fishing often, or you know you're not, you can actually take it out and just not use it and just leave these little hangers in here. They don't really get in the way that badly. But even if you wanted to take these off, you can just slide this up, and you can see here mine's a little bit stuck. But if you don't put it up all the way flush, you can actually slide it up and it'll actually come off. I'll show you on the front ones here. You can see here, I can just easily pop this out if you don't want it on there. Obviously don't take that off. Alright guys, hopefully you found that helpful. I made that rod mount a couple years ago. I've been using it for a long time now, and it's never failed me. I've even put up heavy duty surf rods on there, the shorter ones for like sturgeon fishing. You know, they're like 7-footers, and they're pretty heavy duty, and they have really big reels. I normally only put about 2 or 3 rods when I do that, and it's held it just fine as well. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you like content like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more videos soon here. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Have a nice day.